Who wrote that? That was... If you take the quality of my favorite episode and, like, tripled it, you'd probably get, like, half of that episode. What?
I wish this was the season finale, because imagine waiting on this for a year. Imagine.
Well, the next episode is the season finale, so...
Oh, God.
I hope that's a cliffhanger.
I hope that one's just as good, honestly, because this would have been a good season finale, man. I would have...
Oh my God,
Please.
Now I wish I didn't know what to expect, because you guys are way happier than me.
I can't believe Crown hated this episode.
The only two things that I got spoiled in quotations are it said trending now Owl House Lilith. I was like, okay, Lilith exists. And then it was like, someone said, I can't get over Ida. And I was like, well, that could mean anything. So that's all I knew.
We were discussing while the episode was going on, Chan was saying, like, I think it was Chan who said, like, oh...
Yeah, that was me.
Yeah.
I got it, and everyone made...
No,
fun of me.
I didn't. I wanted to say it makes sense because it makes sense that why she wants to bring Ida to the Coven is because the Coven can heal Ida, and I didn't know why. I didn't know why the eyes were circular, and I was like, that can't be Lilith. Lilith's eyes are not circular, and literally the episode before they show her wearing circular glasses.
Let the record show. I was like, what if Lilith cursed her? And everyone laughed at me. They called me fat. They said I would... They said I would never amount to anything. I think Nick said that. Like, oh my God.
We've been so mean to Nick this past like 5 minutes. We just finished the episode and Nick was like, "Oh, I have a human body. I gotta go to the bathroom." Like, while I was crying in my chair.
So let's start from the beginning, like all the way to the beginning. That beautiful scene with the stained glass and seeing the Emperor's Coven. And then, like, even Hootie, like, every single concept the show has presented is finally utilized in this episode, and, like, none of it was all, like, in my opinion, to, like, 300% in a good way. Like, Hootie, it's like, oh, like, this idiot guarding the Owl House, it's like, oh, he's actually incredibly effective.
He's super awesome!
Ultra Instinct Hootie.
There was these crazy serious moments that weren't ruined by like a quick joke, which I obviously like quick jokes in serious scenes, but like they knew that this time they had to just really.
And we have Ida and King like just like being so happy with Luz, like showing her love, baking her a cake, making her a magical cloak that can protect her. Like they really just like brought in everything, and it didn't feel like fast. I don't know about you guys, but I felt like the pacing was amazing.
I didn't think it was fast either. I like the pacing, and
like, you guys thought the episode was gonna end like in the middle, right? Like when Willow and Gus showed up at the Owl House, you thought that was going to be the cliffhanger, but then it kept going, and it's like the pacing tricks you into thinking it's ending, and then it has that really cool fight after.
Willow and Gus were awesome. The Emperor is amazing. He is so cool.
So cool, Lich-like character. That one scene where Luz, Willow, and Gus were in the room, and then they were like, "Oh, he'll never know." And then they did the woo, you know.
The what, Dom? Can you say that one more time?
I mean, what else are we gonna call it?
They did the woo. You mean when he said, "I'll know"? I'll know.
It was so cool. It's like when Lich said, "Fall." Like, oh my God.
Oh my God. Honestly, yeah, that fall line gave me the same vibes. Just like, oh my God, the power and just like a...
And while we're on the Adventure Time topic, the way they ended the episode. It's like the ending of Three Buckets, where Bimo was like, "Oh, that's the face of someone who killed a person." It was so funny, but like it was still like quiet and like so. Oh my God, I can't explain myself.
And Hootie didn't go like, "Oh, I guess she's dead."
They both broke down into tears. Luz and Finn both went into the room, saw their version of Bimo, like, make a funny joke, and then just broke down into tears whilst their friends and family comforted them.
Not only did every emotion feel real and, like, organic, but also, like, they just utilized all the characters perfectly, in my opinion. Her at the end, like, breaking down, I'm like, thank you. Like, this is traumatizing. Like, come on. And then just, like, I loved when Ida showed up and, like Lilith was about to make a speech and Ida just, like, started blasting.
Lilith was treating it like any of her other encounters. She did not understand just how serious Ida was about to get.
Each and every single quip they had in their fight, it was like, whoa, am I watching a rap battle? This is so savage.
The shadowed Ida, like with all the yellow magic
The yellow
around her.
eyes? Oh my god.
It's just like seeing Ida and Lilith's fights. It was all very playful. In the past, Lilith would usually throw a tantrum and Ida would laugh at her and mock her. And this time, Ida was just out for blood. She was not happy.
Even the Amity's one cameo in the episode was perfect.
Yeah.
It's very smart of them to not bring Amity in this episode, because I feel like if we had one more main character, like, it would have just felt too bloated, yeah.
Yeah, also, if Emily was in this episode, the episode would have had to have been about her, because, like...
She's the best character.
Well, yes. But also, because she wants to join the Emperor's Coven, so it would have to be her learning a whole lesson about how she wouldn't do that, or maybe betraying Luce, or something like that. You know, it would be a really big moment, and, like, they didn't have time for that with everything they did do, which was all great.
They probably would have had her do that, like, betray Luce, or, like, at least had, like, a moment, like, oh my god, my dream, or my crush,
like, what
or
if
whatever.
the Emperor himself is like, hey, you're gonna be the new recruit. If you do this for me, if you bring Luz to me or bring the Owl Lady to me, I'll make you join the Emperor's Coven.
There's a chance that in tomorrow's episode, Luce will ask for Amity's help.
It's true. Well, so now we might get introduced to that plot, too, so there's, like, more, but just... Usually I'm like, wow, that episode was good, so let me think about what I didn't like. I have nothing, honestly, with this one. I really, like, I think it was, like, a perfect episode.
I think I need to rewatch the fight, like, 10 times before I soak it all in.
That was definitely the same animator as the dance. You can tell by the way he shades their faces.
For me, it's the frame rate and, like, how they make I don't know what you call it. There's a word for it. My brother knows it because he's an animator. But it's, like, when you make it, like, so fast and then, like, stop. I'm not articulating myself well.
I get what you mean, though.
Yeah. Like, the scene where, like, Ida went really close to Lilith in, like, one big zoom. That was so powerful. It's so good. Same animator, probably.
Ida's line, like, you know, she's always, like, goofy, like, oh, they'll never catch me, but she's like, I don't think I can get out of this one.
She said, I don't think I can bounce back from this, kid. And I was like, oh my...
Thank you for being in my life. And then it's just like...
Yeah, thanks for making me cry, bitch!
What do you think Emperor Bellos actually wants with Ida?
Controller.
Like, didn't you say time for the healing to begin? But it kind of seems like they're not actually going to heal her curse, in my opinion.
Maybe he wants to replace Lilith because Ida's stronger.
Why do you think she cursed Lilith in the first place?
They were fighting, probably. And then her magic got out of hand.
You think it was, like, that simple? Just like, oh man, I accidentally gave her an eternal curse? Or...
What if Lilith was kind of like an Amity, where the Emperor asked her to curse Ida, and then Lilith did so because she really wanted to be a part of the Emperor's Coven?
Yeah, it's probably something like that.
It seems like Lilith is kind of similar to Amity in the sense that, like, she always feels like Ida's more powerful, or so. Maybe not, though, because she's at least always trying to one-up her, I guess, and the fact that Ida doesn't...
because Amity, like, is so jealous of her siblings, and that's what's happening to Lilith with Ida.
Yeah, and it could have been, like, another case of that, where she's just, like, now's my chance to do something. What did we just get? A photo?
Who's the mystery person she's with in that other photo, then?
The missing third sister.
Yeah, the Shermie of the Clawthorn family.
It could be the Emperor, is what I'm trying to say.
Oh, I see.
I didn't get the impression...
I don't really either, but I don't know.
I didn't get the impression that the Emperor was at Hexside, man. I think the Emperor came out of hell and was like, please bow down or I will stab you. And they're like, okay.
Came out of hell with this giant heart ornament.
The Emperor did his thing 50 years ago, remember? That was when he took over, 50 years ago. But I want to ask about him, because he put a thing in his eyes and then Luz freaked out. Why did she freak out? Did she just think it was gross?
It's just gross. Yeah.
It was gross. Okay, so I have my theories. So the Emperor obviously enslaved the entire Boiling Isles to, like, get him to be the most powerful. I'm wondering if he's, like, using people's magic to make himself stronger or alive. Like an immortality thing? What's that huge heartbeat in the back that's obviously his heart?
At the beginning, when I think it was Willow who said, like, he can even talk to the Titan, that sounds like obviously, oh, well, probably he can't, he just says that he can, so
Oh
people
my
will
gosh,
follow
is
him.
it the Titan's heart?
It's gotta be the Titan's heart, right? It's so big.
Dude! Oh my gosh, girl! You're right!
Yeah, I was gonna say, that's really interesting that we got to mention the Titan. That could be the Titan's heart, but if you think about the scale of the Titan compared to that heart is like a speck.
Right, also, the Titan seems dead, so it would be weird if its heart was still beating, but I don't know what else it could be.
Could be the Emperor.
Could it be some other Titan? Like, is the island the Titan? Have they ever referred to it that way before?
That's definitely the island that they're implying. Like, he can talk to the Titan, I think.
In the scene, like, where Belos was, like, threatening Lilith with the short time limit, and then, like, the heart started beating faster when Lilith got scared, so, like, is it connected to her somehow?
I thought the heart started beating faster as he, like, I don't remember exactly what he said, but I remember, like, the emotion kind of went up, and I think maybe that was him getting angry. Not sure, though.
I just linked some stuff from Warhammer, because I think he could be like that. He could be like some dead guy who has to be kept alive by sacrificial magic, like the Emperor of the Golden Throne. Maybe you're right. Maybe that is what he is. He has to be kept alive by magic.
Yeah. Because, like, we don't have any, like, hints that people are disappearing. Like, if people were disappearing and then, like, that would have made sense to be like, oh, where are these people going? Oh, they're probably getting sacrificed to the Emperor. But there's no, like, news of that. Unless they use the Covenless Witches for
Like,
those.
just the fact that we, like, can't see the Emperor's face makes me wonder, like, what if he was a human? What if his juice
Yeah.
is like magic juice that gives him magic because humans don't have that?
What was interesting about the primal, whatever they call it, the primal ages or something?
The savage
savage
ages?
ages.
That was clearly, like, supposed to be, like, human world witches, like, around fires in forests and stuff. He could have been a human, and also the covens might, like, because it, like, seals you, it could, like, control anyone who's in it, and it's like he needs that power because it all funnels to the heart or something.
50 years ago is, like, really recently for
Yeah, that is
the
recent.
whole world
Yeah.
being set up the way it is.
I'm surprised that was so recent. I don't know how I feel about that.
Yeah, I kind of am weirded out by that because, like, there's such a huge culture now around covens that couldn't be done in 50 years.
No, not at all. That was weird.
And I also imagine that, like, covens keep, like, strong people at bay. Because, like, if you're covenless like Ida, you're gonna be, like, extremely powerful. So he needed to put people in covens to put them in place so that they don't grow too powerful.
I just want to know, like, it's just, like, the obvious thing is, like, okay, like, oh, she's so powerful, he needs her power, but, like, that's boring. I don't think it's that. But then it's like, oh, she's not connected and we want to control her because she's so powerful still. It's just like, that seems obvious and boring. So I have no idea why they want her so bad other than just like, she is not in a coven, I guess.
Isn't that good writing if we find out it's something else and then it's actually, like, way better than...
Oh
the
yeah, no, I'm not
theories?
complaining. I'm essentially saying I hope it's something
Yeah.
like different.
Yeah, I hope it's good. I hope it's better than what
I
we're...
mean, even if it is like she's so powerful we need her, it's like it's fine. Like they could do cool things with it, but I'm just hoping it's something like that we don't know that's more interesting. How long have we been talking?
15 minutes.
I'm up to 17:30 on mine because I did start recording when we started freaking out before Nick was here because I wanted him
Oh,
to
I
hear
didn't want to record my crying, so...
Minor, small thing in the episode, I really like Kikimora.
Oh, she's good.
I really
Yeah.
like her character design and her voice and her... Ah, what a good character. Every time she's on, I'm like, ooh, I want to know more about you. You're such a cool character.
Is that little secretary lady?
Yeah, and her hair is like a hand.
You could even argue that the last episode Lilith visited Ida like for a game like that because she knew her time was running out and she wanted like a moment with her or something.
A
Oh.
normal sisterly moment.
You know, I didn't want to say anything in the last episode. I had seen this before. Like, I was caught up when the episode's aired. But, like, how do you feel about Lilith in the previous episode now, huh? You said you weren't so hot on it.
I still think I feel better, I guess, but I don't think they wrote that because they're like the next episode, she knows she's running out of time. I think they just really wanted to have a sports episode, but I like it better.
We know why Ida isn't a redhead anymore, but what about Lilith? Why isn't she a redhead anymore?
She dyed her hair. Or maybe her magic's being sucked by the Emperor and it changes the color of her hair.
She's also really pale. Like, she looks completely different. Like, they have, like, a pinkish tone here, but they don't...
That guy is definitely like sucking out Lilith's magic or something. He's definitely doing. I mean, he's
It
terrifying.
makes sense why she's weaker than Ida. like, if they were so on par.
Also, I have really bad news. Plague Doctor stuff is like my aesthetic, so I'm unfortunately going to join the Emperor's Coven.
No.
Yeah, Plague Doctor is so cool.
Hey,
and
do
I
we
love
know, like, how old Ida is?
No.
No.
I mean, I guess she's younger than she looks because of
I
the
think this is the
curse.
first time at all we got any sort of year, like saying 50 years. Like, that's the only piece of timeline we've ever got.
I'm guessing she's like 30. It's just weird, the 50 years thing. I don't know what to do with it, because you're right. Like, how
Yeah.
can an entire culture change in 50 years? It just, ugh. I don't like that at all, like,
They
because...
should have done 100 at least. That's still a little bit, but at least 100.
It's not new though. Like you know, there's governments today which are less than 20 years old, and they act like they've been around forever.
I just feel like it's so ubiquitous. Like, there would be other people like Ida from before the Emperor took power that, like, refused to join. But, like, everyone
Yeah, and-
joins except Ida.
That's what they were saying though. Like they said, if you remember earlier in the episode, they said that other elite soldiers have been cracking down on wild witches, which means there's more people like Ida.
That.
Yeah, so there's more people like Ida out there.
Yeah, and Ida's just like the most powerful and uncatchable one.
Which is weird because she lives in a house. Well, actually, I guess in this episode had the answer to that Hootie's are actually a really good guard to the house. But, like, people probably just know where the Owl House is.
That kind of surprised me. I was, like, wondering if it was hidden, and I was like, it's, like, right next to the school. But no, everyone knows where it is, I guess.
Yeah, and Hootie's just like really good at protecting it.
Yeah. You know, it's funny, when Hootie first started talking, like, episode 1, I was like, I wonder if I'll like this character. I don't really know how I feel, but, like, something about him is just so funny. It's just...
He's the most annoying guy in the world. He will annoy everyone.
I don't think we mentioned it in the Grom episode, but, like, there was a really good moment where Amity said, like, if that owl tube touches me again, I'm gonna kick its ass, and then she did.
Yeah, I know. I loved that. Honestly, just like 3 amazing episodes in a row. I mean, even the second one, like, in terms of comedy and enjoyment, like, I'd say that was a really good episode.
I'm so overwhelmed with how good this show is. I don't understand.
Do we have any other comments before we rate this one, since this is our longest video ever?
I love you,
It's,
Ida.
well, it's deservedly our longest video ever, though. This is the point.
10.
Yeah, I'm giving it a 10
I mean,
as well.
obviously.
Well, 10, yeah, like, what else am I gonna do?
Nick! What is it?
Nick!
Well, okay, listen.
No!
Listen.
He really liked the body swap one, you guys.
First of all, of course, yes. But I think almost specifically just because I had this spoiled, I knew exactly what to expect here, so nothing like got me the way it did for you guys. So like, I feel so bad that I'm missing out on like that kind of excitement. But like, it's absolutely still really well done. That fight is amazing, all that stuff. But you know,
Look
like,
at it objectively, coward.
10 out of 10 IGN.
He really liked that library episode, you guys.
I did though.
F you, Nick!
Alright, this is the everyone's mad at Nick episode.
What do you give it, a 7? A 6?
A 4.
A 3?
A 2?
Go, Nick,
No.
tell us. Tell us, Nick. What are you gonna rate
I'm
it?
trying to think. It's either 9 or it's not either 9 or 8.5.
8.5?
Whoa!
Remember when Ida and Lilith were, like, playing monkey ball with Luz?
Yeah.
I feel it was like I get it. That's all it is, build up for like the finale, but like until they stole the hat, I was like, this is all exposition. And like,
No,
you know,
it was interesting.
But I've said this before too, remember, that this fantasy stuff doesn't like get me, and this was kind of just doing that. You know?
It's not your flavor.
Until they got, you know, we see the cool ass emperor heart beating thing, like I was like, okay, now this is cool. But like, you know, for just the first bit that's just explaining everything, I was really just like, okay, I'll add that to like my note sheet, I guess, but like there's not anything like exciting about that.
I get it and I respect your opinion, but I'm just like, even if, like, I guess I'm into fantasy, but even if I wasn't, it's like, don't you wonder all these things about this world and want to know about it?
Well,
even
sure.
If...
I don't think, like, that exposition part didn't take up the whole episode. Like, you know, there's a lot of character stuff in this.
Anyway, he can rate what he wants. I'm not actually shaming you, obviously.
We're not Basha, we're not bullies.
I think it's good that we don't all agree and have the exact same score. So
I was so excited to have perfect 10s, okay? That's all. It's not your fault.
Let's
Go
hope
ahead.
the next episode.
I'll say
If it-
9, I'll say 9.
Are you
you
sure?
sure?
Have to.
We don't want to bully.
I don't
We
want to be.
wanna
No,
watch
I don't want to
you.
be low.
It's
like.
too late, Nick. We know your true feelings is an 8.5.
No, I don't know. It's really honest.
8.75.
100% honestly.
if it makes you feel
it's the s-
better, I changed my rating to 9.5.
No, it doesn't.
because if it had-
Okay, so let's record for another 20 minutes so that everybody gives it a 5.
I don't want to watch this show anymore.
You guys, you can't change your ratings after you made it, except for the one time that we did. We each got one, and we used it. You can't change it.
Amen, losers.
But I've never changed my rating before, so screw you.
Did she just Uno reverse card us?
I guess that's true. That is true according to my note document.
No, this is rigged. Crown is the one holding it. It's rigged.
So is it a 9 or an 8.5, like, honestly?
From me, it's a 9.
Is it a 9.5 from Tipsy as well?
Yeah.
Nice. I mean, that's an incredible score either way. So it's just,
I think this is our highest rating.
I was waiting to give out my first 10 because I knew the potential. I love the show and it's been really good, but I didn't think they were capable of such quality like this early, or I wasn't sure 100% they were capable of such quality. They always messed up something little for me where I was like, oh, come on, you were so close. But this time, they really went hard, so the 10 is well deserved.
I've cried my tears. I've screamed my feelings. I think I am spent. And I cannot wait for tomorrow.
Yeah, tomorrow's the season finale, right?
They were stuck waiting for a year and a half or longer.
Is it a year and a half, you think?
For this did get renewed for a new season before the first season even came out. So I don't know, but
I'm always confused why shows do that, or why. I guess the producers are like, oh, we like the way this sounds, so we'll do 2 seasons.
they saw Ida in a suit, so they renewed it for a new season.
Yeah.
Yes, that's what they did. That's exactly what they did.
But yeah, with that, we're officially all caught up, and this is all new uncharted territory for us, so I'm super excited about that.
Claps
Poopy.
for us.
Clap, clap, clap.
It was really fun. This whole time has been super fun, obviously, but it's always been a little sad that I've already seen them, so I didn't get that first experience with you guys, but today was awesome.
Am I the only one who cried? That's embarrassing.
No, I mean, I didn't cry, but if I had less of a cold, dead heart, I would have cried.
Okay.
That was totally warranted a cry.
Okay.
I don't usually cry at things. I get the welling, but they don't stream. I'm not a streamer.
You're not a streamer. Okay.
I'm not a streamer. I'm a Twitch streamer.
All
Alright.
What a way to end this episode. Alright, guys.
Woohoo.
Thank you. Hoot hoot.
Okay, hoot hoot.
Hoot hoot.
Thanks for watching, and super special thanks to my Patreon supporters. If you enjoyed this video, please feel free to hit the like button, subscribe, and hit the bell icon to know when I post a new video. Be sure to stay tuned for more new videos and live streams. Follow me on Twitter and TikTok to get frequent updates and video clips. And consider supporting me on Patreon for just $2 a month to get some behind-the-scenes content, like scripts and review notes, and even early videos. Once we get about 20 Patreon supporters, I'll start a Discord server for us to chat.